Rolling.
Okay. Buenas Cameron Diaz, welcome to Pedro TV and welcome to the Vanishing Point Art Gallery in Newtown. Today we're going to look at a photographic exhibition called No People. There's no people. And I'm going to be guided today by the curator of the exhibition, which is part of the head-on photographic festival or series of exhibitions. His name is Alex Wisser. We've met him before and it's a great pleasure to have him back on Pedro TV. So, let's go. Yeah, hi Alex. Alex Wisser, nice to meet you, nice to see you again. How are you?
Pretty good.
Now tell me, you're the curator of this show. What's the idea behind it?
Well, basically I wanted to do a photo media show that had no people in it. I mean, it's in the title, so that was my one requirement. And I wanted to look at what the potentials were from making photography. I think in popular media, they require a person to be there in order for a photograph or video to be significant. Yeah. So I wanted to actually look at what the range of possibilities were for making work without having people in it. And how much meaning we could have,
and not necessarily just being about landscape.
No, not at all.
What's the distinction you think?
Well, I mean, if you look around the room, actually, because what I got, and this was quite inadvertent, is I got exteriors. I mean, the whole show is basically exteriors of either industrial or suburban landscape with the occasional. The occasional sort of countryside landscape, traditional landscape.
Right.
And that was totally unintentional. But there are all sorts of different relationships to the inside and the outside. So, for instance, something like this, where it's what I consider to be a liminal piece. It's a piece that really talks about the limit between the inside and the outside. About the intimacy of these shoes and the domesticity of it.
It's a beautifully composed composition, isn't it? It's so elegant.
Georgina's she's really an amazing compositionist.
Okay, that's Georgina
Correas.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So, and I've kind of attempted to structure this as a bit of a journey. I wanted to make the whole sort of show a journey that would come out of all of these exteriors, all of these outsideness, all of this. There's a desolation to a lot of the images, a kind of a loneliness to them.
Okay.
And then I attempted so that you'd end on this piece here, which is the only piece that was, is an interior work, even though it's not about interior space, it's more about objects and stuff. But
people giving the Sue's story objects to express their personality. Is that
so? All of these objects were chosen by the people to represent themselves. Sue, was emphatic by the fact that she didn't want to make decisions. She didn't arrange the objects. She just asked them to bring them and then to arrange them themselves.
Okay, right.
And then she took the photographs.
Wow.
So
she had it easy in a way.
She attempted to remove herself from the process.
Okay. Now there's a couple of video works which we will now explore, and tell me how they relate to the exhibition or what.
Well, I think the one in the back room will
this
one would be the best one to begin with.
I love it when we go in the dark.
Ooh. So we're going to have to start.
Okay. Now we're in the video theatre with a work by Marieka Walsh. Alex, this is a
I believe this is all done in Cockatoo Island, and she's just done these what are basically almost it's video, but she's done it very still. There are a couple of shots like this one, for instance.
It pans slowly up.
Yeah, it's very formalist, and it is. I find really quite an amazing sort of take on what could have been, just another, romantic industrial.
Strong blacks and
whites. But there's something quite so formalist about the way that she's treating it. That I find fascinating for a deserted space, for a ruin.
It goes moving again, the slowly pans sideways. Much slower than I wouldn't say much slower than normal cinema, but it takes you by surprise. Because you see it first, it looks just like a slideshow of photographs. Yeah, that's a beautiful.
And then she introduces that little bit of motion, and that motion has the same sort of formality as the images they do.
Sure.
But I actually think, and this was quite accidental, I think it relates very well to the work on the other side of the wall.
Can we get, hopefully I'll be able to catch it. No, there's not much light for me to really It's a dark suburban house.
Yeah, so you're not really meant to see it. So it basically, like, it's just Melissa Verschel, and I believe that's the pronunciation of her name. And she's placed the light in a stand in a box where the viewer should stand. Okay, and then the light is so bright and so diffuse that it actually reflects and it actually blocks. So the source of light, the source of illumination, is actually, it interferes with the viewing of the work, and it also interferes. I believe, anyways, this is my interpretation. I don't know if she buys into this, but I believe that I like the way that it competes with the light within the picture frame.
There's some really beautiful lights. That door light, that door frames. Now, we've just had a guest artist. We're just about to talk to Goran Tomic and about his video. Now, Alex, this is another video installation by Goran Tomic. The artist is here, but I'll let you, Alex, how does this fit into the exhibition? Well, there's no people in the video.
Well, no, there is no people, but it's about, and it's called light ballet as well. So I think that it has a lot to do with, it has obviously to do with dance.
And music,
to a piece of music that I think is traditional dance.
What I find really thrilling about it, which is a bit of a surprise, the monitors are just higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
Now, Goran actually said that was your idea.
It was my idea.
He loves that. Goran.
I wanted to make it a kind of
idea?
Yeah, that was Alice's idea.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just I think when we were setting it up, we were just thinking about it being a ballet. As if the ballet dancers, which are the light, are doing what people do usually, that they've kind of fallen over, stumbled over, and they're on top of each other, like stacks. So,
it was
great. I'm really happy how it worked out.
Surprising and thrilling. Yeah.
I guess there was sort of an element that that all of this beauty is also it's almost, for me anyways, I was thinking it's kind of detritus. It's garbage in a way. It's garbage like, but it's dancing, and we relate to it in a way that humanizes it to a certain degree. And so I'm taking something that is itself dehuman, or something we consider antithetical to our human being, and actually rendering it slightly more something that we relate to.
I'd love to see about 100 of them. You're right in the middle of a huge space. Look like an island or something. Just flashing monitors.
Even like a roundabout or something in the middle of a city at night.
Yeah, exactly. Like down at the pier, instead of that old car, have an island of his monitors. Well, thank you, Alex. I think we're done. That's a fantastic show you've curated.
Cheers.
I loved it, and it takes me a lot to love photographic shows sometimes, because I think this one really has a lot of intelligence and mystery and intelligence.
Oh, thank you.